Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chiebits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you the Fairy Tail Zero Episode 2 anime review. Of all things, I never expected Fairy Tail to pull would definitely be the crazy card with Mavis, because that is the impression I'm getting when it comes to the supposed girl that is there but not there. Because in this episode, towards the end, the way one of our characters react, and we see how he's very uncomfortable with the situation when Mavis is talking with her supposed best friend that she's been with and we thought died in the last episode. We come to find out from the body reactions that she was actually just talking to herself. And if that is the truth, if that's what really was going on, that right there, I have to hand it to Fairy Tail for getting my interest. Because if there's one thing I love a lot when it comes to manga or anime, or any form of literature, it's crazy characters. I love crazy characters. I think that's one of the main reasons why I like Tokyo Ghoul too. And when you see Mavis kind of have this trait of being a little bit crazy talking to someone, if that is indeed true, she is crazy, that's going to be very fascinating. Now, I have some theories about this, what I assume is going on here. If Mavis is not crazy, let's say the girl is there, I think it has something to do with the island, or something very similar to it. Something very similar to what is with Mavis, of how she's in a spiritual form, how she can kind of be seen. Now, I'm not saying that it's the exact same, because there's certain circumstances behind why, Mavis is, like she is, which I'm not going to spoil, since, I'm a manga reader of the original, but since I'm new to Fairy Tail Zero, I don't know the exact reason what this girl is. Is she really a spirit? Is she, she dead? Is she really there? I'm very curious about this, but I want to save that speculation for later. But for now, from what I saw from the general reaction of, people that supposedly saw her, it looked like she was talking to herself. So, I'm very fascinated about this. I hope that Fairy Tail Zero actually dives a little bit deeper into that, because I want to know more, actually, Because, this adds a really cool character trait to Mavis if she is, in fact, insane. I would love that. I would fucking love that if that is true. So, please, Fairy Tail Zero, Hiro Mashima, hopefully that is kind of where you're taking this character, because if so, I'm going to be a lot more of a bigger fan to Mavis in the future, just because of this alone. But anyways, getting into the details of this episode of Fairy Tail Zero. So, for the most part, it's pretty much very simplistic. Like, the main point or concept of this episode is kind of giving Mavis a little bit more character, kind of, fleshing her out a little bit more than she used to be. We know that she was an extreme tactician. We've seen this in the anime when we saw the Grand Magic Games. We've always seen that she's been very smart, very intelligent, but for the first time, we get to see Mavis by herself, and she actually kind of outwits her opponent with her knowledge, which was very impressive. We've always known she was skilled, but seeing it firsthand with how she was playing this game, and then she kind of fucked over this dude's own magic when he didn't even know certain things like he was fucked over with, it just goes to show you the type of skills that Mavis has when it comes to her ability to read different situations. So, that's kind of what majority of this episode is about, kind of laying down the foundation of Mavis's character, but it was nothing relatively new, so to say, that we did not already know about. But it was still fun getting to see Mavis have kind of the spotlight and see how she can outwit someone, which goes to show you what type of character she is and what we can probably expect from her in the future of this little mini arc of Fairy Tail Zero. If I am correct, Fairy Tail Zero's manga wasn't really that long. I think I could be wrong about this. Don't quote me on this, but I could be wrong. Most like I am incredibly wrong, because I've actually never read it. I do know it ended recently. I think Fairy Tail Zero has like 20-something chapters, 30, somewhere around in there. It has like 20, 30 chapters. I could be wrong, like I said, don't quote me, but I know it's relatively short, so I wonder exactly if, A1 Pictures is going to kind of extend some of these scenes throughout the anime of Fairy Tail Zero, if they're going to add little different filler sections, or are they going to just stick to the main story and then just finish it and then carry on to the next arc of, the actual Fairy Tail series. Very curious about that, because that's something I've been wondering about since, there might not be a, vast variety of content for Fairy Tail Zero. So, for the most part, episode enjoyable, very enjoyable episode. I actually enjoyed the interactions of the mind games between the characters, and then also seeing the reaction of one of our characters to suppose this girl being dead, or we don't really know, but that's my impression I got. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi